And we are live. All is one reflections.
All is one, everyone.
Come on in. Happy Sunday.
Sunday fun day.
Sunday
Hey.
scaries. I call it the Sunday scaries. Okay.
Man, Sunday fun day was one of those things where when I was young and like in my early 20s, on Sundays, me and a couple of my homies, we would like get together and like go for these long walks and smoke all this weed. And then, like, as we would do that, I would see so many families out, and a lot of Latinx families, like, they take Sundays as their family day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks that I know. So, Sundays is like really a prominent day for a lot of folks in different communities for different reasons.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm a planner, so Sundays are like, I feel like Saturdays for me is more so for the family. Especially with me, because child, what am I doing all day Saturday? I'm hearing the kids dance. I'm at the studio. Okay. But exactly. So it may not, it's a chunk of time that I'm not around my daughter, but I think Saturdays are that for me, and then Sunday is like the prep day. Like, oh, let me pick out my clothes for the day, for the week. Okay,
Yeah.
let me be real old school. Let me iron my clothes and pick out my clothes for the week, and let
That,
me meal prep,
mm-hmm.
and let
And that
me.
actually is really, really sufficient amount like of time that you save from prepping
Mhm.
meals, outfits, whatever. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
that is true. That is true. That is true.
All
But
this
I need to be better about it. I do. I need to be better about it. And so, hi,
He's like, "What are you doing up here, Shell? This
hi.
he wants a nap. He wants to
Oh,
be."
let me tell you, I want a nap too. I am tired. I wish I could get a nap. My daughter called herself taking a nap. I said, okay. I realized she fell asleep. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give her 30 minutes. Because they said that's all you need. Is like anything over 30 minutes is a no go. But if you want to get your energy up, they said 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. I gave her 30 minutes. And I was like, girl, you got to get up because you ain't going to, when it's time to go to bed, you ain't going to want to go to bed. Then when it's time to get up in the morning, you ain't going to want to get up in the morning. No. You should have took a nap earlier.
It's his nap time right now, and he don't want to go to sleep. He wants to go to sleep, but he needs
He
to go.
wants someone to lay with him. And that is how my child used to be. And let me tell you, it will really stop you from doing a lot of things. Okay. It's like, dang, I can't even eat while you're going to sleep because you want me to lay with you.
Mm-hmm. For sure. He's
I'm like,
coming. I heard the car.
I'm like, I can't even work out. All
Hey.
is one. Come on in, people. Come on in. I see there's two people on YouTube. Heads to the two people on YouTube. I don't know who's on Facebook. I can't see the Facebook, but all is one. Come on in. Let me know where you calling in from, where you're looking from, where you're viewing from, where you where you're from. We got Portland.
Portland, Oregon. Hey.
We
Hey,
got
y'all.
DC. We got DC in the house. Where's everyone from?
I'm getting in the group.
Okay, because I can't see, and I can't multitask like that. Okay, I can't. That is not one. That is not my ministry. It should be my ministry. I can do it if I really could, but like I think I'm getting older now, and I need to like concentrate. Okay, you muted.
No, I feel that. For
I
real.
was like, wait, did I tell you? Did I tell you this story? So yesterday, I was like trying to get some stuff done for like the coven, right? Trying to get some stuff done for the Black Friday. So I'm like on the phone with Omaware, and then I'm like, okay, well let me send Priestess Olaia this text, and then I like started the text, and then I couldn't finish it because I was like on the phone, and I couldn't multitask, and I was like, oh, what is going on? And that happens a lot. I usually start a text message or I'll start responding. And then my daughter might come and say, oh, I need something. I'm like, okay. And then that text message won't go through for like 5 days when I realize I didn't get a response. So I apologize to the people, okay, that text me and it takes me 5 days. I can't
And
multitask.
be like that sometimes, though. It's all good.
It's not my strong, not, we have our, kryptonite sometimes. We all can't be, we ain't Jesus Christ, Jesus Devontae Christ. Jesus Christ, a lot of day saints. We have our,
Oh,
Jesus Devontae Christ. You
okay.
can hear me? Okay, so welcome. All is one.
Mhm.
Happy Sunday. We are back with our final self-love live stream. Thank you for rocking and rolling with us and being with us every week as we talked about different forms of self-love and relationships, self-love and parenting, self-love and community, self-love period, self-love career, and today we are talking about self love and spirituality. Okay, so welcome. And oh, I didn't even do an introduction. So if you don't know who I am, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. But welcome. Okay, better late than never. I am Priestess Sule. I am one of the goddaughters of the Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Yanifa. I am also a staff member at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute. I am a ancestral priestess, an Ori priestess. I am a spiritual avenger, a spiritual warrior, and I am all that in a bag of chips with the dip. Okay. And I'm here with the lovely.
I am Priestess Olaia Ifa Shavi. I am also one of Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Ianifa's goddaughters. I am an initiated priestess within the Orisha Hoodoo Institute. I am a community priestess. I am a revolutionary. And I am here to help us all in the Department of Self Love and just to share conversation and space.
Ashe. Ashe.
Yes.
I love that you are a community priestess because you are that. Okay. You are there in there. Okay. Knees deep. All is one, Priestess Anansi.
All this one.
Yes, because that you are, okay. You are a community warrior, okay.
You know,
And it takes a special type of person.
a
So thank you.
special person with some patience.
Let
Okay.
me tell you, I was my
Man.
my daughter's dance teacher. She also is a teacher, her 9 to 5. And she was talking about how she's just surrounded by kids, and Sunday is her day of like peace, right? Because they don't have dance on Sunday. Um, and I was like, oh, you know what? Big ups to you. Boop, 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 boop. Because that is not my ministry. Okay. To be around kids. I mean, I'm a mom. Yeah, I could be around my kids 7 days a week. I mean, 24 hours. That's my kid. But like multiple kids, other people kids, that's a lot. Okay. So and then also just being in the community is a lot because I realize working with the community, there's a lot of roadblocks. So big up to the community organizers, big up to the educators, okay, filling the gap where we lack. Okay.
That part all the way. Our educators are essential to how we get to the very next level in this world, in this life. And without our educators, and even, there's so many different type of educators. So big ups to them. And thanks for the community organizers. We out here, we doing the thing. And we need more people organizing and like really voicing those concerns and feelings that they have that are going unaddressed. They won't get addressed until you address them. So figure out how to get an organizing training in your area and start organizing. Something as simple as a community meeting could spark really big things. So today we are talking about self-love and spirituality. And I know it's like spirituality is self-love. Absolutely, right? But I think for me, really, the topic and discussion of self love and spirituality is knowing your role and staying in your lane, and And I don't mean that in like a facetious way. I mean that as I'm saying it. Like, what is your role within your spirituality? Like, what role do you play? Right? Like, what are your gifts? What's your mission? And acknowledging that, right? Acknowledging that piece of yourself that no one else knows, no one else can find that for you. That's a big part of your spirituality, is accepting, acknowledging, and then honing, right? So developing over time. And we see so many people in our community who have gifts, you know, who are very talented by the way of prophesizing and being able to explain things, because knowledge is really everything. We forget that being spiritual beings is really a key component to our self-love, right? So I think self-love and spirituality is the base and the starting point, which is why we kind of did it at the end, because it's a very deep conversation, and it's not one to be misconstrued with having the talk about religion, because to each their own. To each their own. So yeah, that's what I got so far for that. Is, you know, self-love and spirituality is the base of your self-love.
Ashe. Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, stay knowing your role and staying in your lane, right? But there are so many people who do not know their role, so they can't stay in their lane, right? And so there are some people, but that's your responsibility to find out, right? But also too, a running theme that I've been coming across is like, once you know your role, stepping into your role as well, because that is an important part of spirituality and your self-love, right? um a lot of us know what we are here to do, right? What we are divinely put here to do. And some of us have big roles to fill, you know. And so sometimes making that step to actually get into alignment, as we say, so we can get to where we're supposed to be, it can be scary. It can be scary, you know. But with what they say, with great knowledge comes great responsibility. And you're going to have to really, one, get in tune with yourself. That's one. That's and we just go and say it in layman's terms, Ori, get in alignment with your Ori. And that is also, that's a spiritual foundation to your self-love and spirituality, you know. um
Trusting yourself.
Sometimes that's the thing. Sometimes people don't trust themselves, and you know, it could be myself included, you know. And so I know when I start to not trust myself, I know that, oh, child, it's time for a re-cleansing and feeding, because we are not together, okay? But I am a little bit more self-aware, you know, at least spiritually self-aware than some people. Some people don't even know what an Ori is. Um, but um, when you start to feel these fears about what it is that you're supposed to do, and again, in alignment and stuff, simple thing is to prayer. It's prayer. Prayer is the key to everything. You sometimes people don't know how to light up a candle, and they want something, but they light in a black candle instead of, you know, they don't know the color coordinations and correspondences and things like that. But a part of your spirituality is growing, right? So once you know better, you do better.
And that goes back to what you were saying about, you know, people not knowing their role, or thus not being able to stay in their lane. And I think so. There's two parts to that for me. If you don't know your lane, you stay in the lane, which is you don't know. Um,
Fact.
because we don't need no pretend priestesses out here. We don't need anybody out here pretending to prophesy. We have enough of that. So you don't know, you stay in the lane. That's one lane right there, staying where you are, because you don't know. The other piece to that is the steps that you take to figure it out if you don't know, if that is something that has come to you, or if it is your time for that. Like, I definitely don't go around trying to get everyone to join Orisha Hoodoo Institute without prior knowledge of knowing this is actually something that they could benefit from because they're already on that trajectory, right? So I'm not out here trying to turn people. That's part of staying in your lane, is just staying in your lane, like where you're at. And so knowing your role it's just, I guess for me, when it comes time for you to know, you'll know. And when that happens, you reach out to the people that are appropriate to help guide you. But just doing that on your own, pretending out here, pretending, oh, I don't really know, but I'm just going to do this or say this, will get you in a whole lot of trouble with your ancestors, with your spiritual core. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to do that.
Because that's ego. They operating off of ego. You cannot be in the spiritual, be a spiritual person, especially with spiritual gifts. I don't want to say even especially with spiritual gifts, because everyone has gifts, whether you have tapped into them or not, whether those have been you know you've developed them, uncovered them, whatever the case may be. Everyone has gifts, but um I forgot what I was saying. Dang. When you have these spiritual gifts, sometimes people take them and use them to their advantage, right? So you have to be aware, you have to be responsible with these gifts that you're given to you, especially as a spiritual person. You can't be in these spiritual streets out here really and then trying to manipulate people to say I have these spiritual gifts and think that you're above it. If no one's above anyone, okay? That's the first thing, okay? So you have to be, I don't want to say in perfect alignment, but you have to have the purest intentions when you are given these opportunities to be able to utilize your spiritual gifts. For me, I think self-love and spirituality is one, realizing that you are the divine is you. Okay, the divine, you are a reflection of the divine. So what do you call the, whatever you identify as the divine is, you are a reflection of a divine. That's why we are a reflection of one another. So that's why ain't nobody better than anyone, despite what gifts you think you might have. Also too, so with self-love and spirituality, so giving yourself grace, to realize that, okay, I am not Jesus Devante Christ, and they say he ain't had no sins, but this ain't the time or place to debate that. But for conversational purposes, no one's God, no one's Jesus Devante Christ. All right. So you have to give yourself grace as well, which goes back to what Priestess was saying. When there is a spiritual question you may not know, instead of acting like you know it, it's okay not to know. It's okay not to know, instead of having that pride and you working off the ego, which a lot of people do, and you steer somebody in the wrong way. It's, I'm okay with saying, you know what, I don't know, but I found out. I can find out.
It's just been more recently this year that I'm even been willing to do work for other people. And not because I didn't know how, not because I didn't have the skills or the tools, but because I wasn't ready, and because I wanted to be sure that no matter who it is or what it is that I'm doing, it's right. It's the right thing to do and the correct way to do it.
Yeah.
So
No, but I think sometimes with spirituality, there are people that are in need of spiritual help. And I think that a lot of people take advantage of it, and they half-ass a lot of stuff.
oh
They
yeah.
can say, "Oh, I have this money spray or something," and you just throw some herbs together. You don't even chant it. The herbs, and there's you don't know the correspondence of the herbs,
It's Kool-Aid and herbs.
and then you just it hasn't even seeped, it hasn't even formed, it hasn't even bonded, it hasn't even collaborated with all the ingredients, and you just selling it to people just because you want a quick buck. There's a process to things, and you can't work on ego. And so also too, a way of self-love and spirituality, you cannot work based off of ego. And if you are tapped into your ori, you will not be operating in a ego place. You are going to be operating in the divine place, because you are connected to the divine. You are tapped into your ori. Okay, so some self-love and spirituality, like I said, Earlier, if I feel that I start to operate with fear, I'm a cleanse my ori. I'm a feed my ori, and so I'm able to notice, being able to know that I'm a little bit off kilter, or I may not be the best reflection that I should be at this time. And then I will cool down my ori, recalibrate
So
myself.
so Priestess, is it really when you know your thoughts are not positive or you're not being kind to yourself, is that when you know that you need to take a step back from what you've been doing, or
Oh
you know,
yeah.
cleanse? Are there other signs that you have that you're not inserting as much self-love into your spirituality?
Oh hell yeah. If I am, first of all, I'm just a high head anyway, but I've been doing good. I've been doing good. So I know, as of lately, if I know that I'm just being very short fused, I know that, like, okay, because I can be like short fused, and I could just, like, say something that's just not in alignment with, it's in alignment at the moment because it's probably a fuck you, but it's not the best version of myself. And then later I'm just so hard on myself, it's just like nail me down at the cross. Okay. And so I realized that I am not being kind to myself. So something is going off. Something is off. One, I have to realize, was it something that triggered me? What's going on? If am I over, if my areas overstimulating, do I need a spiritual bath? So definitely, if I know that my thoughts are not positive, if I'm not really, giving myself grace, I'm not saying scapegoating myself, not scapegoating, but slacking and stuff. I'm being real with myself, I'm not giving myself grace. If I am becoming like very hot headed, okay, like if I'm having, I hate to say that, if I'm having like 2 incidents in a week, I know something off. Okay. And I'm like, what is going on? Okay. Is it me, or am I failing the test? And it's usually I'm failing the test and stuff. But um and so then I know I need to take some spiritual action. One, because I already know if this thing continues, then something might happen, if or even when I talk negative to myself, like, I'm talking negative to myself, and then who knows, the first tenderoni that might come over that look good, 6'1", real dark chocolate, you know what I'm saying, nice white teeth, little beard coming in, I got a little something for the salt and pepper beard. Don't look old, you could look young, but some people age, I'm not aged, but have salt and pepper beards and stuff, and they be like in their 30s. You look good. I see you. I feel you. Okay. And then I'm just feeling, because I'm feeling down on myself and I'm not the highest version of myself. Child, he throw me a bone, and like a dog, I'm going to catch that shit with my mouth. Okay. That is not self love, because I know usually at my baseline, at my spiritual baseline, okay, I know that that's not me and I shouldn't, but because somebody give me a little attention, I'm like, I'm right here. Okay. And I want a little, a little TLC. No, girl, go take a spiritual bath. How about you go take yourself out, pour into yourself? Okay. I'm just saying, but I'm not saying. Sorry, Priestess. Go ahead.
No, you're totally good, because that's the same. I know if I'm having these, I'm not trusting myself, or if my imposter syndrome is like taking over, right? Because as a Black organizer here in Portland, there's a lot of us who experience imposter syndrome, and those of us who are just as impacted and self-taught, sometimes we can get in some spaces. So there are some things that I experience, but I know when it gets too bad, I know for sure, you need to take a step back. And that's where my self-love comes in for community, especially, is making the time and the space for myself that I make for everyone else. And in that, my spirituality is all that I'm doing, because that's everything that I need. So this whole entire year, up until like the last few months, my business has been dormant while I've been focusing on my spirituality. It's been the center of everything that I have going on. And so being able to really realize when those instances are happening, or like if I'm not communicating well, if I can't communicate, I'm out of alignment. Period. Period. If I can't communicate just what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, no matter what the relationship is, I'm out of alignment if I can't communicate, because I should totally be able to communicate at any moment, with my talents and my gifts. That shouldn't ever be hindered in any way. So there's several different, aspects to what we experience that are very different, and like you wouldn't exactly expect it to be that one thing, but it is. So one of my things is communicating, or if I'm just very in the house to myself, not going outside, not doing any of that, I'm in the house in prayer, silent, meditative state, you know what I'm saying, getting myself back right, because I like to be outside, I like to be in community. It's why I do what I do. So I have some different like aha moments when I'm like, what you doing? What you doing?
Girl, I love to stay in the house, okay? I can stay in the house all day, every day, okay? But no, or I can stay at home. I want to be able to have like everything at the house. Okay. I want a nice porch. I want nice flowers and stuff. So I don't have to even go to the botanical gardens. Okay. My house is the botanical garden. Okay. Liquor store where I got everything. I got a wine cellar, all of that. Okay. Everything. Oh, you want some Jamaican food? I got a smoke pit out in the back. Let's go. Okay. Okay. My house is going to be everything. Okay. So I don't like to leave the house anyway. Okay, so if y'all see me out the house, they be like, "Oh, she must be in a manic state." Okay, if you see me outside more than like, and I'm not coming back and forth to work from work at home, and y'all see me looking real, like, "Oh, she must be in a manic state or something," because she don't come outside, and I don't come outside. I love to be inside. It's like my little happy place, my little safe place. Okay, at least ain't no bullshit gonna happen in your house. That's one thing. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but stop letting everybody in your house, like, and I'm for real, like people that you don't even like, that got bad energy, like that that's really not for you. Stop letting people in your house. Like your house is supposed to be your sacred place. I know I'm going off on a tangent or something, but somebody letting some motherfuckers in their house that should not be in their house. But your house is supposed to be your peace, your safe place. Supposed to be where yeah, we want to walk around butt naked or whatever, but we know soon as I shut that door, the outside could be on fire, but your house is just protected because that's your safe place. Okay. So stop letting everybody in your house. That's for real. And then you gotta be smudging all the time because you wondering why it's chaos and confusion everywhere you go. It's probably you most of the time, but it's also too because you letting everybody up in your house. Don't let everybody up in your house. Okay. And that's for real. And I be having people, and that's a pet peeve of mine too. Don't invite yourself to my house. Don't be like, oh, we should have a brunch at your house. No, we should have a brunch at your house. Okay. Okay. How about that? So I'm real particular about what energy I let up in my house. Okay. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. And so that's my self-love thing too. And that's your self-love period. Okay. Can I come over? No. Okay. Can Abijah have a sleepover? No. Abijah, can mommy come? No. We can meet you let's go to the museum. No, I don't I don't do that at all. No. Please don't. Please don't ask to come to my house.
No,
Unless I invite you, okay? If I
no.
invite you, then you are more than welcome. But people be doing that, and I just think that is so tacky. That is so tacky. Like, oh, we should get together at your house. Like, no, I'm gonna rock with you like that.
Like, what is your motive for coming over here?
To see what the fuck you got, to see what you got in your
What
house.
you got going on? If you
So
got
they
a
can go back
chicken
and talk.
laying somewhere.
Yeah, so they can go back and talk about what you got and what you don't got. Okay. You can't
just
talk about shit over here because you're not even invited in. Okay. And when I take pictures in my house, when you see me on the video, try to figure out what the fuck going on in the back. Oh, what's that? Oh, I see those little masks in the back. Oh, she really doing that voodoo stuff. I knew she was doing that voodoo stuff over there. No, you can't even come to my house. Continue to watch my videos and
yes.
look at my pictures and figure out what's going on over here.
Yes,
Okay, so sorry,
exactly.
I went off in a tangent, but start practicing self-love by stop letting people come to your house. Okay.
When they invite themselves, especially, like, it's
Oh,
one thing to invite people over, but when they are inviting themselves into your space, there's a few things. Ulterior motives, right? For me, I guess one thing that I've experienced, I only hang around people that I trust in my home, because all my spiritual stuff is everywhere, right? So I have to trust that you understand and know who your friend is before I can let you in my home, because I don't need you coming in here looking at shit, putting bad energy and juju on all my shit just with your thoughts, and you don't even know that's what you're doing because you are lost and not understanding. No. Like, no, literally. So, like, the only people who can come to my house are people that I literally know, and they know me, and they know how to act. Because
hello.
no, you can't. No, because you walk in my house, you're gonna see a couple altars hanging up on the walls. You're gonna see liquor and water everywhere. If you don't know what that is, don't ask. You don't need to be here.
Man,
Like,
spirit won't even
literally.
let you up in my house. Spirit is you could be planning to come to my house and if something happened and you be like, I can't come. That is spirit, okay? Because let me tell you, my when I tell you it's a sitting protection sigil, try if you want to. Okay. The only thing that's gonna put the icing on the cake, I'm gonna get a black dog, a real I'm gonna get a South African boil boy. Y'all look this up, South African boil boy. I'm gonna get a black one. His name is gonna be Ogun. Okay, and he gonna be up and ready to lock and load. Okay, for anybody that happens to get through that threshold, okay, it's gonna be Ogun, the dog right there, and it's gonna be some metal Ogun. Okay, don't
Yeah.
YouTube, don't do whatever y'all do. Whatever y'all do in the YouTube world, don't do it. Okay, because I said what I said. But all right, so I'm gonna call you Nikki because you going by Nikki. I ain't
Right.
gonna Priestess. So Nikki said everybody and their mama should not have access to you when they want to, and that is on my mama, okay, and on the hood, and that is how you set up boundaries. That is how you set up boundaries, and that is a fact. Because let me tell you, they'll come at all types of times of the night. Okay, they'll come in the witching hour if you let them. Okay, but like, why are you over here at 3 a.m.? Okay, well, I seen the light on and I just thought, what you up doing? Bitch, I'm up conjuring stuff. Like, get out of here. You're interrupting.
Right.
Okay, what are you doing? Okay.
We adding your Ashe to the spell, they gonna get scared and leave. Like, that's the one part. That's the one thing about me. You don't know, and you come in here asking retarded questions. I'm gonna ask you here. Let me get your finger. I need a piece of blood.
Oh my.
Like, they go not gonna want to come back because what, you in here at the wrong time when I'm handling my business. Like,
That's a
hello, what are you doing?
that is
You
a fact.
including your Ashe in this? If you
Hello.
ain't, that like what?
Get out. Get out. I know. You know. I ain't gonna lie. My daddy did this, and I was like, "You wasn't even invited." My dad, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come to your house for Elijah's graduation." You ain't gonna tell your daddy no, right? Even though y'all be beefing and stuff. And I was like, oh, "Okay, mi casa is su casa, right?"
Mm-hmm.
I need to learn how to say that in French, okay, or French Creole, okay.
That's when you
But
speak up.
I know we're a priestess only seek at. Um, but then who oh Omawari was talking yesterday about how women, don't let men be men, and they just be in men business. The men can't have friends, and I was like, oh, that's how my mama is or whatever. But my mama, don't let my dad do something. My mom is gonna try to one up my dad. So after my dad left, um, after he left from when you visited, my mom
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come visit you too. Ma'am, no, you cannot. First of all, I got stairs in my house. I was terrified of my dad going up and down the stairs. Okay, that's one. And I was just like, spirits that's in this house, y'all better please guide this man. Okay, please guide this man up and down the stairs every time. And my mom think I said no, ma'am, no, and I had to tell her no. You can't come. Like, just imagine me taking two care of two people that are like forests. Man, and let me tell you, they're gonna have you fall. They're gonna go back to their life, and then you're gonna be sitting up here with a messed up back or whatever. And I'm gonna be looking for someone to watch my child because I did not say no. Okay, and I know that is, but this is how things go. You could be like, "Dang, I should have just said no," and the next thing you know, your back is all blown out because you up here trying to carry your parents up and down these stairs. You fall down the stairs and everything just happens to you, and then they just go back to their life, and then it's no. Okay.
But
I am not a nurse. I am not a home health aide. I wouldn't even do that.
Taking care of your parents when it's your time is honorable. I took care of my
definitely
father, right?
Definitely, but you can't come to this house with stairs, okay?
With the stairs, though.
Not the house with the stairs, okay? No, because baby, let me tell you. Do you know how my family would curse me out? Okay, do you know my whole family would curse me out just because I told this man not to go up and down the stairs, and he went up and down the stairs, and something happened, or my mom, man, let me tell you, they'll be cursing me out for all eternity, okay?
It is.
They're like, don't put her on the altar. Don't put her on the altar. Like, I can't even go on the altar.
Nikki said it's traumatizing to see your parents fall. And I think it is.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it?
Seen my parents fall, but I seen my father when he wasn't physically able to like maneuver himself or do their own things. And what was traumatizing is I had to change diapers. He didn't want me changing his diaper. Like that was like, Dad, you know, you can't do this on your own. I need to be able to help you. Like that was traumatizing for me because he was so, you know, self-reliant and resilient for his entire life that having his daughter change his diapers was like, we battled, but
a full kind of circle moment thing. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to take care of your parents. And you know, my granny didn't want no home health aid. She was like, my grandkids, one of my granddaughters will change my diaper, will wash me. And I was like, that's right, you know, but it is traumatizing. One, Nikki, first of all, my dad fell down the escalator. That's why I said no more. He fell backwards, and I'm just like trying to catch this man going up. No, he fell going up as he was going up, and I couldn't even catch this man, and he bigger than me, and I'm just like, it happened like in slow motion. You ever see those movies like, no, and I was just like, Dad, and everything just went down, and and I was just like, what the I had to call my sister first before she heard from anybody else. Child, let me just tell you, and I felt so bad, but there was a police officer there. But that is apples and tomatoes compared to what you went through, Priestess Olia, because that takes a lot to have to, you know, change your verses are revoked. The roles are reversed for mother child.
Yeah, but I just say that just to say, like, there's like, so like taking care of our elders is traumatizing, but that's also a part of our self-love and our spirituality. It's that full circle that's coming back around, and it's traumatizing, and we don't want to do it because trust me, I ran for 2.5 weeks, and I had to take my ass back to California because I was scared, you know. But taking those responsibilities, honoring them is also a part of your spirituality, and taking care of our parents while they're alive, especially. So setting that boundary. I got stairs. You can't come visit. Like that's a real thing. And I know
I'll come visit you. Don't come to me. I'll come to you. Okay?
Right. Because as they get older, you know, they get a little bit sensitive sometimes, just depending on who they are and what experiences they've had in life. When we're just like, no, let me figure this out, you know.
Especially when you are the one, like exactly when you're the one, like, let me figure it out, and you're like now kind of taking the tone that they used to take with us, because you know parents are prideful. They could be like, no, I got it. My mom is prideful. She delusional and prideful. I'd be like, ma'am, we cannot. No, like, let me be real with you for a second. Like, this is not going to work. You can't do an X, Y, and Z because you're going to fall and hurt yourself. You can't do X, Y, and Z because of your heart. Ma'am, who do you think you are? Like, let me be real with you. Like, and you're trying to restrict me. No, we love you. That's why we telling you this, ma'am. Okay, because like I tell my daughter, because if I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything. I just let you do whatever you want to do. Okay, isn't that crazy? You got to use that for your child and your parent.
But look, they used to tell us that, and now now the roles is reversed.
Oh, and then they be so offended. Okay, they just be like, "Who do you think you're talking to?"
I told you that. You're right.
Exactly.
You did.
And I've learned from the best. Okay,
this is how I know.
So let me ask you this. So now that you are, I guess I don't want to say I guess now you got clients, ma'am. You got clients, okay? And so let me tell you my experience. I'm just going to talk about my experience real fast about self-love and spirituality. We talked about different aspects, but as a practitioner, as a priestess, as a person that is, meant to heal and expand my knowledge and gifts to other people, right? For healing and transmutation, protection, don't call me for no foolishness and fuckery.
Right.
It's a no. So my experience is this. So started doing readings and stuff for people. And y'all have heard me complain about this too. Well, I've just set a boundary with it. So I was doing like free readings at one point. People was coming to me, can I get a reading and stuff? And I was like, okay, cool. One person hit me up. She ain't never even talked to me. We Facebook friends. She ain't never say anything to me. And she hit me up, not a hello or anything. Oh, I heard you give readings. Can you give it? And I was like, okay. And so I gave her the reading and she was like, I don't know. It doesn't resonate. It doesn't have to resonate, but my cards don't lie. And so
real with yourself, it ain't gonna
right, like okay, it may not be resonating right now, okay. It may not be right now in the present, okay. But my cards don't lie. So take whatever you want to take, So I was doing free readings and stuff, and then people, so the advice I would give people, that some take it, some people didn't, some people didn't like the results or whatever, okay. And so when I am doing divination, who am I tapping into? I'm tapping into my Ori. I'm tapping into my ancestors, right? And there was no proper exchange of energy, right, between myself and other people. And Spirit was like, okay, you don't give a fuck about yourself. You don't give a fuck about us because you robbing us. Okay, you're not even asking for a love offering. Okay, because those that do spiritual work, we don't even have to explain. There is a proper exchange of energy, and there are spirits that you have to tap into to do your bidding, to collaborate with you, and then you want us to do shit for you for free so you could go back to the same nigga that you're trying to get us to hex? I think not. Okay. And so my money started looking funny at one point, and Spirit told me. Spirit was like, you're doing this work for free and you're not asking for any compensation. People are not offering, you are showing us that you don't love yourself. So until you value your gifts and you start charging for the gifts that you're tapping into, like you're gonna be looking out here destitute, looking real kind of fake and phony out here. Use some money spray, sis. And I was like, money spray. Okay, but I got the message and I got it fast. Okay,
you fixed it, didn't you?
And so as a priestess, I do have people that come to me to say, that expect free work. Just expect free work, point blank and period. And then when you offer when you tell them, a payment, they be like, they disciplined, they go-go's. And thank you, priestess. Yes, because guess what? And you are going to be drained. You are tapping into energy. You are using energy when you're divining, for people, when you're doing spiritual work for people. This is a real, and those that say that don't, they a Facebook priestess and you're not doing real spiritual work.
And you ain't. Even just having conversations sometimes can be draining.
Oh, let me tell you.
If you know what kind of conversation you're going into and you don't do anything to properly prepare yourself, you're going to prepare to be drained when you walk away from that conversation, right? Because whether you realize it or not, you are a healer in multiple ways, including creating space and just hearing community. And so you will be drained.
And
I
you're
feel
gonna have to
that.
say, you're gonna have to say no. You're gonna have to say, well, I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do. I just do what I do, and I just do what spirit tell me to do. And I spirits told me to start saying, I'm gonna have to start saying no, especially if I divine on it first, divine first, because you don't want no family member, about to get, evicted or something. You got the tools and this knowledge to help, but you like spirit say no. And so guess what? Because you ain't use your spiritual gifts and you ain't divine and you want to be like selfish. We ain't telling you to be selfish, okay?
No, don't be
Yeah,
selfish.
your sister lost her place, but now she got to come live with you, and then you got to take care of her and her 5 kids. Okay, so
And you got to do that because you sowed that seed.
hello, okay. But yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to set those boundaries, especially if you are in a healer, and especially in a way, in a teaching way. If you are how we out here teaching and preaching and healing and doing the things that we do, Reiki masters. Let me ask you this question. I hope you're still on here, Nikki. All right, as a Reiki master, you are really messing with these energies, manipulating chakras, taking out things, transmuting energy. Have you ever had a client that you was just like, no, I can't do it, because you knew it would be like spiritually draining on yourself, like you would be spiritually tapped out? Like, have you ever had that happen to you? I dang, I wish you could get on, but I know you don't want to get on. But have you ever had like a client that you was just like, I can't do? So what do you tell them? Do you tell them I can't do you because your energy is too much right now, or do you be like, or you tell them lies, or you out here lying? I'm not going to judge you if you're out here lying though. Do you? So what do you
No,
tell them?
I
You just
feel
like,
that. She said she's here and she said she said yes, she definitely has. So there's this person that I know here. Well, I don't even know this person. They got referred to me and I don't even like physically personally know them, but they drain my energy the second they send a text message and say, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I'd be like, what kind of question is it? Because I tried to help this person also with like resources from my nonprofit. So it was like she got sent to me for spiritual stuff. And it turned out she needed other stuff, right? So if she sends me a text message, I just be like, I wait and see what it is. Because if it's anything spiritual, I'm not doing it. I'm
uh,
sorry. I can't. For me, I can't. It's like I don't know if you've ever felt like this person is just trying to siphon my energy, my
mm-hmm,
magic from me. They're
mm-hmm.
trying to siphon everything from me and use it for their self. But that's what I feel with that person. Like she's just trying to siphon all of my
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, no, thank you.
Yeah. And we're talking about, saying no after you have your little ambulance, you got your ambulance on, you protected down, and this, because energy vampires are real, okay? There are some people, I was telling somebody the other day, I promise you, there are some people that they wake up before the sun even comes up and say, how can I fuck up somebody's life today? My life is shit.
Facts.
Let me get on this bus in Washington, DC, and just cause a ruckus first thing in the morning. Okay. Now we have the free will not to engage in that stuff, but we human, we flawed. I don't engage anymore unless you like physically pin your hands on me, then I gotta defend myself. But other than that, like, there are people out there for that. And so
She responded.
yeah, I'm about to put this up here.
Okay.
Oh, is this, hold on, not that one. No, I tell them there are some things they need to do before it's appropriate for me to give them a service. You are such a priestess. You are
Mhm.
such a priestess, because I would try to say, like, how would I even, I mean, I guess would I even say that? I don't know. It all depends. But I'd be like, hell no. In my mind, I'd be like, hell no.
Hell no.
Not my energy, not today. Okay. You already know before they come, and based on how and when they come. And that's why you are the priestess that you are. Some people don't feel like they are living unless there's drama. They are emotionally and spiritually numb and need that stimulation. And that is amen, ashe, ayibobo, on my mama, okay? And my stepdaddy, okay? I ain't got no stepdaddy. Thank God I ain't got no stepdaddy. But and that is true. But also too, as spiritual practitioners, those that are, that are tapped in, we try to be preventive, right? We, say our prayers before our feet touch the ground. We, I don't know about y'all, but I'll be oiling myself up. Okay. My daughter be like, oh, I'll be spinning my daughter's hair and everything. Okay. She'd be mad. And I'd be like, but you made it home safely today, right? Okay. Amen. Ashe ayi babo.
Asha.
Um, okay. So we're doing, the things that we're supposed to do to preventive care, right? We're, asking Ogun to protect us while we're, traveling back and forth to our destinations, protect the drivers, right? I seen this girl the other day. She drove so crazy. It was early in the morning. Okay. And she hit the curb and stopped the whole traffic because her car could not move. Okay. Just like it's just ridiculous. And it's always that intersection. I've almost got hit by a car so many times, but Ogun said, not today. Boom, boom. Okay, thank you. Ibashe Ogun. Because and I'm serious. And so I know that, I'm in an urban place. People don't care about they drive reckless all the time, right? Um, and you travel public transportation. I take the train, I take the bus, and so you just want to be layered up, you want to be protected, right? And so you try to be preventive. Now sometimes, things are just meant to happen as a test, and you should know, okay, let me not engage. Okay, it's too early in the morning for this. I'd be like, I'd say it's too early in the morning. I'd be like, it's too nice of a day. I'll make up an excuse of why I just don't want to engage. Okay, and sometimes you just have to realize or be tapped in to know that don't even engage. It's not even about you. They just here to cause chaos and confusion. Okay, because you tapped in. You know that you don't know this man from a can of paint. He just came up here. He got the hospital band on. He out here looking like Krishan with the hospital band on. Okay, and you don't know if he just got out the hospital or he got out the hospital 30 days ago. What you do know is that he got a hospital band on and he looks disheveled and he looks like he's ready for anything, anytime, and he's ready to just fuck up your Monday morning. They start on Monday morning too, you guys. They start on Monday morning. It be Monday mornings. Can I at least have my coffee? Can I at least have my coffee? Let my stomach rumble because I'm not supposed to be drinking the coffee at all. Okay, because you ain't listening to Spirit when Spirit says stop drinking coffee. Okay, but like give me something else. Okay, because green tea ain't working. All right, but anyway, not none of my personal problems. But there are people that's just like Monday morning, let me just go. Social Security ain't hit. I'm mad. My social worker ain't giving me my check. People they claim it's people stealing their checks and stuff. Someone stole my check. I'm mad at the world. Let me just ruin your day. So if you are tapped in and you like, okay, you out here with your spiritual armor on, and then they probably gonna seep through, but you're not even gonna respond. Or they might fuck with everybody else, but just walk past you. And I'd be like, thank you. Okay.
Yes. So basically, what we're talking about is spirituality and self love, and just some of the things that we have to be mindful of being priestesses out here, and some of the type of people that you will encounter, right? Being a priestess or in your community doing the work. Has there ever been a time or an instance where like the experience you had was just way too much
Hell
and
yeah.
you was like, is this really for me?
Hell yeah.
Have you ever had that type of experience?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
What?
and let me tell you, first of all, first of all, I will say this. All right. So it took me a minute to really come to terms and to really accept like what it was I was supposed to be doing. Okay, because when you are especially in a setting like this where you're dispersing information and you are a leader or you just like really trying to help heal in a healing capacity, you want to make sure that you're being very intentional. And I was like, I'm flawed. I curse a lot. Sometimes I fight, sometimes I argue. It's not right, but I'm working on me, right? And so I was just like, it took me a minute. And I was like, I don't think I want just YouTube stuff. None of it. Right. So I was really resistant. But then when I started dipping my foot, taking little steps and, started, really walking in alignment. Yeah, there were times. And I would be like, and that's why, and I would say, and that's why I said I didn't want to do this shit, like I always say. And then I would go to spirit, be like, are you sure this is like really what I'm supposed to be doing? Because I'm not, this is maybe my response might have been a little bit too intense. Sometimes I'm just like, I think with when you are relaying a message from spirit, you can't sugarcoat shit. And a lot of times people want you to say shit that spirit is not telling you to say. And they will get mad and they will come up with all types of delusions. They will start to turn it out on you, saying you hexing them and all this stuff. Bitch, I was just trying to help you. I was trying to help you. How did I get into this? Right. And so there are some people that's just like, you can give them the blueprint. Oh, I think somebody is hexing me. This, you need this, and this. Let's do it. They won't even do it. Don't even take the steps, but come back to you and come back to you with all the problems. Like, what they say, faith without works is dead. Like, if you're not going to do, if you're coming to me, it's because you respect what I know, the things that I know. You respect the information I'm going to tell you. There's a level of respect for some reason. I'm not going to go to nobody that I don't respect and that I don't trust. So there's a level of trust. So when I'm giving you something that spirit is telling me, whether it's a medicine, whether it's a divination, a message via divination, whatever the case may be, even if we had a ceremony or doing a ritual, you're coming to me for some reason. Take what I say. Take what I say. Don't do the opposite and then come back and then I find out you do the opposite. And then you're expecting the results to what we're trying to do. But no, you're not following directions. And it could be when you go to a spiritual practitioner, especially if you're doing spiritual work, you have to do what they say, because there can be times where things can go left because you are not holding up to your end of agreement. And first, let me tell you, the first time I see that you are like not doing, you can't even follow directions, I'd be like, no, I can't do it. So there were times where I was like, no, I can't do this. And I went to spirit and the spirit was like, this is how it's going to be. But you are going to have to change the way you respond to certain things. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to start moving with more wisdom. When you are operating like that, you need to have a little bit more compassion. Okay. You need to get this metal out of your system. Okay. So as I, continued on with my priestess, and continue to study under Ia and know what to respond to and how to respond in certain things. And to know that, sometimes it's a test for you. Sometimes it's a test for me to have someone that will challenge me. Okay, everybody can't follow directions. We know that. We see this all the time, So sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it is a test for you. Sometimes it's this person that you are supposed to just help, and they might get on your nerves. You might feel like you may not, want to deal with it, but spirit is telling you you have to do it. So
Right.
if spirit say you got to do it, you know what? I got to do it, spirit, then or rework on me so I can better respond to this person when they come to me and do the opposite of what I say. Or help me to let me take a spiritual bath before and after, or let me do some protection work before or after I see this person, because I know they're just gonna drain my energy and I ain't gonna have time for myself. Okay.
Having discernment is what Nikki said. I think that's one of the key things, like for me now moving into this work, is knowing and discerning if I'm in the right space to be doing the things that I'm doing, and like if this person is being for real or not.
Some people don't want to be saved. Some people just want people to like.
And I'm not in the business of saving them. I ain't no
Don't
Catholic.
save her.
I
She don't want to be saved. Don't
Okay.
save her. She
So
don't want to
I'm
be
not
saved.
in the business of saving people, helping people, empowering people. Yes.
Mm-mm.
Saving? No, I don't wear a cape. I'm sorry. I'm not.
They be like, come save me. Come save me. I did something crazy. I need help. and then you come help them, then they be like, oh, I went back to Tyshawn. You're like, God
Yeah, I
damn.
actually really didn't want your help. I just wanted your attention for the time being.
But some people, and some people just really want attention. You know
And
what? And I was telling somebody the other day, um, hello, the best way to get attention for yourself. Okay, you can go somewhere for 40, maybe 30 minutes to an hour where it's all about you. Okay. And someone is just asking you your feelings, asking you your thoughts and what you think about. It's called therapy. Okay.
Mhm.
Like if you want that one-on-one attention that you feel like you can't get with your friends, by all means, therapy is. Let me tell you, I love therapy. Okay, because sometimes I just love going to somebody who's not, they probably be judging me anyway. Okay. They probably judging me in their mind, but I'm paying you, so don't show it. Just to go lay my burdens down to them, dump my stuff on them, and I just feel better. Most of the time when I'm talking to the therapist, I already realize the solution to the problem that I'm coming here for, or I already realize the answer that I'm seeking for, or I really know, spirit is speak through me at that time. And I'm like, dang, okay. But I just want, to talk to somebody because sometimes I'm the person that people go to talk to and I don't have anybody to talk to. So therapy is, let me tell you, and then I feel better and I'll be like, see you next week. Okay. And go back again and tell them about my week. Okay.
I love my
Sometimes your
therapist.
man don't want to hear that. Omar said your man don't want to hear about when he first get home. He don't want to hear about all the shit that's going on in spiritual streets, that's going on at work, and all this other stuff. He don't want to hear that. So go to therapy. Go to therapy.
And that's what I use my therapist for. And she asked me, she's like, "You've been in such a great space. Are you ready to, you know, move on?" And I was like, "Are you sick?" And she started laughing, and I was just like, "I'm gonna need you for the rest of forever."
First of forever.
Because as I'm out here doing what I do in the community, I need somebody who I can confide in, and it's protected, safe information. And she was just like, "That makes so much sense." I've
That
been
is,
having the same therapist for like 5 years now.
nah, I
And
be rotating them. I rotate them.
no,
Once
but
you
at
say
the
something I don't like, let me tell you. Okay, I will rotate. I will rotate if I feel like you. I told you I had therapists that fell asleep on me before. She fell asleep on
no,
me.
no.
Yeah,
See, my therapist, I
I
love my,
wish I had
I love
somebody
my
that was
therapist.
like,
I can't trade her for anybody because she, I. So my thing is, there was a point in time where I thought I was gonna have to find another therapist, not because I couldn't continue seeing her, but because of my insurance. So what had to happen was, thank you, honey. What had to happen was I had to call the insurance, and then I had to call the place through my insurance, and I had to like let them know you are discriminating against a black woman who does not want to re-traumatize themselves by recanting all the things that I already have with my current
that's true.
therapist. And if you could just please grant me seeing my therapist, you won't get no issues out of me. And she was like, "I don't know what you said to those people, but I've been trying to be on their record caseload to have," because a lot of her other clients too. I was like, I just let them know what it was.
See, that's
That
advocating for you. I didn't even know
advocate.
you could do that. So now y'all know y'all can do this. Okay.
No, you listen. If you have insurance and you have a therapist that maybe doesn't take your insurance and you want to continue seeing them, you contact your insurance and you contact like your primary care physician and you let them know, like, "Hey, I have this. I want to see the same person that I've been seeing. I don't want to go through your file of non-black therapists. I want to stay with my culturally specific therapist because it's what's right for me." If they refute that and they tell you no, I want to speak to your supervisor. Every person that tells you I want to speak to your supervisor, put the person in charge online. That's just how I do things, advocating for myself, being a headache to them because you're going to give me what I need. I don't give a fuck. The insurance is being paid for. You're going to get your money. I want to see the same therapist.
Oh man. I've come a long way because I used to be like so mad, cursing out people on the motherfucking phone and shit. So man, y'all gonna give me what I want. Okay, no, you can't. But I have mastered Oh, I have mastered the art of writing a nice letter.
No,
Don't
listen,
let me
Quave
find
be
out
like,
who your
honey,
boss is. Oh,
Quave will be
oh.
like, if he sees me getting heated or hears the tone in my voice change, I'm on the phone, he'd be like, honey, wrap it up. Wrap it up. And I'd be like, looking at him like, wrap it up.
I mean,
Wrap it
I am
up.
good. Yeah, I am. I am good at now. Now I'm not even gonna argue with you. Okay, I ain't got nobody tell me to wrap it up. Spirit now. Now I be hearing spirit say, "Don't even worry about it." And so I take all of that. See, this is if I could just do this more
I'm still
often,
healing.
and then you take all of that anger or passion that you know that you're so upset about, and you pour it into that letter. That's how I always. Let me tell you what. It's usually when I'm fed up, okay, and I'm like angry and I can't fight anybody and stuff. I can't beat up the whole school system, but I would channel that anger, and I just need to do it on the day to day. I need to learn how to just really do it, and I'm gonna write a letter, and then I'm gonna CC everybody on there, and I'm gonna CC my friend who's a reporter, then I'm gonna CC my friend who's a principal, then I'm gonna CC my friend who's a lobbyist, then I'm gonna go to the board member, okay, and don't let me find anybody that's on the board of directors, okay, because let me tell you, okay, I have mastered the art of that, okay. And I got the mayor's email address. You can try to change it if you want to. I'm going to find it, lady.
Listen, we
You
got
can
friends
try
in
to
high places. Okay, we gonna find
I
you.
ain't got no friends in high places. The only
I
friends in
do.
high places I got is heaven. Okay. Oh, the rule. Okay. That's the only friends in high places. I ain't got friends in
That
high
part.
places like that. Not yet. Not yet.
You
But the
do. I'm
friends
sure
in the
you
high
do.
places, these
I'm sure
friends in
you do.
heaven, they got me. They give me everything.
Always.
I'm like, how I
Always.
find her email address? And they be like, go to theblackmayor.com. And then I, boom, got her email. Let me tell you, when I got that mayor email address, she said, handle that shit and handle it now. How this girl get my motherfucking email address? And the guy was calling. He was like,
That's
hey,
what I'm
I'm the
saying to
director.
you. You have to go to the decision maker. And I think one thing that I've realized about myself when I be in some of these spaces, I just got voted as a co-chair for this committee I'm on. Woo woo. But I think one of those reasons is because I'm just very frank with it and like, okay, well, let's figure out what it is and invite the decision maker to the table so we can tell them this is what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I like going to the person who makes the final decision.
Child.
I don't want to talk to your number two. Maybe you're number two, but I don't want to talk to number three. And I only want to have the final discussion with the decision maker because that's where a lot of wires get crossed and people don't understand or thing gets misconveyed because you're not talking directly to the person who makes the decisions. And although there's always going to be some sort of red tape, there's always going to be something that's preventing us from really being able to do certain things. There's a way around it, right? There's always a way around it. There's some advocacy that can happen. So bringing the decision maker to the table is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Like
Period. And let's talk about this. While this just popped into my mind too. Another thing with self-love and spirituality, you're going to have to invest in your spiritual growth, in your spiritual education. Like if you really want to master some shit, if you want to do that TikTok witchery, that Facebook witchery, you pissing in a jar and putting people name on there and sharing some hot pepper, you continue to do that. But if you really want to elevate, you are going to, if a form of self-love and spirituality is investing in your spiritual growth, that is, and I think I can honestly say everybody that's, I know I'm gonna say you and I, Priestess, we are not the same place I know definitely not you, okay, Miss Name Change, okay, we are not in the same place spiritually, because we are investing in ourselves just how we invest in ourselves financially, the fabrics that we wear and how we look, our house and things like that. You have to invest in yourself spiritually. You're going to have to pay. You're going to, if you want accurate information, if you want information in a safe place, you are going
And
to
you
have
want
to
it
pay for it.
real information,
Real
not just
information.
fabricated information from the person that inboxed you. The
Hello?
person who calls to you, right, is who you exchange energy with. And exchanging that energy it surpasses just telling your life story or giving a dollar or two, because that's only a portion of the energy that's being exchanged. Because while you come into us for readings and work to be done, we have to tap into our core, our ancestors, and our folks who we feed on a daily and weekly basis, right? So that's a huge amount of energy that's being exchanged without even you recognizing that. So the fact that we're telling or we're saying and suggesting investing in your spiritual growth is a very high form of energy exchange. You're not going to have it any other way. You can get this bubblegum machine witchery off TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook if you want to, and have yourself in the loony bin because you're not protected and you didn't mess around with the wrong ancestor that wasn't actually yours. It was somebody else's, not you out here being known as the Unabomber number 2. Like, come on with it. Invest in your spirituality and be real with yourself. If you cannot be real with yourself, then continue to stay in the lane where you are. If you can come over here and you can be real with yourself and accept some real shit, then you can continuously elevate to your next highest level. But not being able to accept what's real and do that proper exchange of energy, you're going to continue staying down here in the gutter. Period.
Period. And then also too, when you get that information, what are you doing with that information? Are you sitting on that information? You know your ass funky and you need a spiritual bath. You spiritually funky. You're probably physically and smelly funky anyway. You're all of the above. And so you know you're supposed to be taking a spiritual bath, but you don't want to do it because I don't feel like sitting in the tub because I'm sitting in my dirt. You need to sit in your dirt and get it off. Get it off. Get it off. Okay. And so, are you putting forth that information that you're learning? What's the use of getting this information if you're not going to use it to transform your life? Just to say, exactly, just to say, oh, I know who I got my head and Oshun and no, like, okay, so are you using? Are you going to Mother Oshun for purification, for your to help with your self-esteem? To help be able to fertilize ideas for abundance and things of that sort, or you just going to her because you think this she gonna help you hold this nigga in. You understand what I'm saying? Once you know this, especially this occult information as well, so you dying and you begging to get this occult information, accurate information, not that Google shit that they be doing, but accurate information, and now you're just sitting on the information, and then so you know how to protect yourself, but you don't want to, I don't want to put forth the effort or whatever, or it might backfire. Like, no, let me tell you, self-love is being able to know, tapping into your gifts. That's one. Tapping into the information that you're being given. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help transmute your life. People just want information to do bad on other people. Okay, you did bad on them, but your life, what are you doing for your life? And your life is like that because you're trying to hex everybody that tells you that you fucking wrong, instead of being reflective and doing the self-work and going eternal and working with your Ori and investing the time and the money and the energy to find an elder that's going to align with you, to find a community that's going to go with you, but you're going to take all the bullshit or whatever, and you mad because of some other bullshit, instead of tapping in to be like, you know what, I played a role in that shit, and maybe I need to sit the fuck down and be reflective and get some Iwa Pele in my life and stop fucking my best friend husband, my best friend's man, and now she mad. She's mad at me. No, she's jealous of me. No, she mad at you because you do out here doing top trick shit or whatever, and now you ready to hex her. No, you are the problem. Okay.
I think another thing that I wanted to mention really quickly is just that shit, my whole thought just went out of my whole head. Basically, my thought just left.
I'm gonna give it back to you.
It's okay. Keep going. It'll come back to me.
No, that's how I was earlier too, girl. And I was like, damn, I'm really gonna know where my fish oil at. Okay.
No,
Let me
literally.
get my fish oil because baby, what is going on?
My
Thank
whole
God I only got one child because if I had more than one, I'd be like, Abijah, Tyresha,
look, I'm getting good practice in, okay? Getting
okay.
some good practice in. But
Baby, I know they running you. They got you, sis. They got
man,
you. I'm tired. Come lay with me.
I definitely think that when we are going to someone else who has experienced, one question that we have to ask ourselves and we just simply need to ask God is, do I remain being a customer in this situation and utilize the information that's being given to me, or is there more to this? Because there definitely are people who need healing and they need the help, and everyone isn't meant to be a priestess out here doing all the things, right? So we all have roles. So that's one question that I'm suggesting that people ask themselves is like, what is my role? Ask God, God, what's my role in this? Am I just supposed to, carry the flag? Do I just carry the flag, or am I out here actually battling, doing some of these things? That it's a question that people don't really ask themselves, but I asked myself that for probably 3 years until I actually found mentorship.
Me too.
What am I supposed to be doing? What is my role in this?
And
As
then when
I'm
you find out,
learning,
you be like, oh, this ain't what I thought.
and
Okay.
my inclinations all coming in, I'm like, oh, I've been already, okay, all right, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, that was my prerequisite. Okay, I got you. I'm in college now. All right, now I'm entering in my 4th year of Arisha Hoodoo Institute University because
Hello.
it is what was it is what was for me. So just really everybody, it's not, we're not saying that everyone is meant to be a priestess, but everyone does have a role in the spiritual, in the our spiritual experiences that we have in this marketplace. So get comfortable with asking questions that you're not comfortable asking, because that will give you the answers that you're looking for.
I sure. I sure. Your spiritual gifts might just be, to be able to every time the Black Panther come out, be on the soundtrack and help with the music, okay, and have the African drums. Let me tell you, drums have a whole type of spell, whole
Okay,
type. Let
Shango.
me tell you, okay, and then we watching Black Panther and wondering why it's getting hot as hell in the motherfucking movie theater, okay, and then we just probably tapped in into another level of our ancestral energy, and we didn't even know, because guess what? Okay, somebody who has another role and it deals with music, and it may not look like how you and I have, because there's many paths and many roads, and then spirit is like, okay, put this music in it. Okay, it's going to conjure up some of this energy and give us courage, give the people courage and stuff. And then what? Y'all remember, okay, December 21st, y'all, don't forget, is Negro Power Day. Okay. Remember
Negro
that day
Power
when it was
Day.
like when all the Negroes gonna get their powers and stuff? Oh,
Oh,
that was a time that this was like maybe 2018. It was like, oh, okay, December 21st is like all the Negroes gonna get their powers and stuff. We use our power all day, every day. Okay.
all
So,
day, every
you
day.
know, things look different. Your role looks different. But like Priestess has said earlier, and I wholeheartedly believe it. Know your role and stay in it. Know your lane and stay in that lane. We don't need you merging over. Okay, don't merge
Because if
over.
you bump me, we having some problems.
Okay,
Don't bump me in your lane switch and you don't know what you're doing and you ain't watching. You ain't looking at your blind spot.
hello,
Don't
because
hit
I will call 1-800-Chariot. Okay, that's the insurance company. 1-800-Chariot.
me.
You need a lawyer? Call 1-800-Chariot. Okay, I will
Does
call.
anyone have any questions? We have a few folks with us right now. Does anyone have any questions about what we're discussing, self-love and spirituality, or have anything to add? I know we got a couple priestesses watching and joining in with us. So
Have Facebook user. It said I can't see anything.
no, literally. Use the blinker,
Okay,
okay?
use the white girl. Okay.
Man,
I have learned to use my blinker. I have learned to just stay in my lane. Okay. I am okay.
I stay in my lane till it's time to switch lanes. Okay.
Sometimes I be like, I be having my bleak on for a long time. Spirit be like, switch lane, switch lane. I be having the bleak on. Y'all ever seen, for those who play double dutch, this is how I feel like sometimes when spirit tells you the things you're supposed to be doing and you operate with fear. You ever play double dutch and you're trying to go in but you can't, you like hesitating and stuff. That's how I feel like sometimes I was doing with spirit. Spirit was like, okay, go in and go. And I'm like, and then
Jump
back
in,
up, be like,
jump out. Yeah.
and they be like, girl, if you don't jump in and then you finally jump in, you double dutch and all that, you doing all this footwork. You even know you can do all this footwork. And then you get a little courage. And then you you spin around and spirit have you spin around. You be like, damn, okay. And then, afterwards you be like, yeah, I told y'all I can jump. Took me like 2 years to jump in, but okay. A little bounce on the side forever. Oh, wait. Okay. So, excuse me. First of all, that is all going to change. The next meetup, who got the ropes? Who got the
We
ropes
bring
for
us
the
the
next
ropes
meetup?
in December. We
I am
double
so
dutching.
serious. Like, whoever is local, y'all go to Five Below or something, because some of us travel in spirit and stuff, but we have a limited amount we could pack. Okay,
Right.
so y'all, okay, Priestess, bring the jump rope.
Mm-hmm.
Use the clothesline. We was out here using extension cords and everything out here. Cable wires. Okay, we old school. We know how we used to do. Okay, the same thing that our parents beat us with. After we get that whipping and go outside, we go outside and play double dutch with it. Okay, so yes, bring them. Let's do some double dutch. Okay, we're gonna stretch a little bit. We're gonna stretch. It's been a minute. Okay, but
It's
yes,
been a long minute. I can
girl.
jump rope by myself, like when I'm doing my circuits. Double dutch, I might be.
Yeah, make sure you bring a good rope because I don't even know hit me up beside my head and shit.
Nice
Y'all
and
got
firm
hit with the rope and stuff.
Nice stuff. Yes.
Yeah, they be like, damn, you got beat up. No, the rope. It was the rope. It was the rope. Okay. She double handed. She double handed. Okay. I cannot. Okay. So yeah, so all for my people who know how to play double dutch, let's when we get up in December, you should be there. So when we get up in December, hopefully it won't be too cold.
That
I
part.
don't know.
I
But
think it'll be
the spirits are going to be around, so we'll be hot enough to be jumping double dutch with our jackets off outside anyway. Okay. So all right. So we're gonna bring the double dutch. I'm so excited. It's gonna take us a few times. It's gonna take us a few times to warm up.
Yes, for those who do not know, in December we have our Eleke ceremony, and your Elekes basically are these prayer beads, and they represent the Orisha and other entities that walk with you. And so when you get your Elekes, you're essentially finding out who the Orisha are that walk with you. And that does not mean you are that Orisha reincarnated. That means they're there with you for what you need. So I encourage you.
So it's not because I got Oshun because I'm sexy. I'm a dark chocolate sexy.
Yeah, no, that's not it either.
Okay, they're with you because of what you need at the time.
Some confidence and some boosting up and some discipline and some obedience.
Okay, they are with you for what you need at the time, not for what you think is. It's exactly what you need,
and can be viewed as some like a form of a baptism into Ifa, especially if you're coming into Ifa later in life and not as a child when you're first born or even before the age of 7. So it's like a baptism. Also, we have in our Allah ceremony. So that's what we're talking about. The last weekend of the year, we're gonna be deep. Everybody jumping in. Everybody double dutching.
Everybody have your priestess Omojole if you're on here. Have your homemade bengay for all of us old priestesses that have not jumped in a minute. Okay, we're gonna need a nice rub down.
We're gonna need that.
Yes. And then also, last but not least, we are starting next Sunday.
Oh, yes, a week
after y'all get your turkeys, after y'all, after you punish yourself and force yourself to be around motherfuckers that don't like you anyway, and after you finish having people berate you throughout the weekend, join us on Sunday so we can do our 21-day self-love ritual okay, and pour into
Mhm.
yourself. It's Sunday, November 26th. We have posted the flyers. You could go to learnorishahoodoo.com. I should have probably said it a little bit. Learnorishahoodoo.com. And you'll see our class there. It's going to be exciting. We just don't talk about it. We're going to walk the walk. We're going to take some
Mhm.
steps to implement self-love into our life. We are, sis, you want to tell them? We're going to do a self-love altar, and then I let sis tell. But I'm excited because I ain't got no self-love altar, okay? I got
So,
altar, but not a self-love altar. Okay,
yes.
I'm done. Finish. Go ahead.
The
Sorry.
self-love altar is really everything. So as priestesses, we do a lot of work for ourselves, right? We don't just do work for other people. We actually do work for ourselves and our families. The self-love altar for me has been a space for all of my work, like my dream oil, things like that I maybe necessarily won't be selling in my shop. They're for me. I use my self-love altar as my private sacred space for my prayers, meditations. Ioni steam at my altar. I do all the things that I need to for myself at my altar. And this 21-day self-love ritual is really a way for you to connect deeper with yourself, and especially I just like to say, if you've been doing a lot of manifesting and you haven't seen any of your manifestations come to fruition, you need to focus on self-love. Like, out here asking all the Orisha and ancestors for all the money, and you're not loving on yourself because you're going to just give all the money to this nigga over here that's about to go spend it on sneakers.
Mm.
It's probably the reason why you're not getting your manifestations,
How much I pay to
right?
sneakers? Okay, not spending money like that.
It depends on what sneakers you're trying to buy.
You know,
Most people are trying to stay on brand. I buy what's cute. But
me too, me too, me too, me
yeah.
too, girl.
So the self-love ritual really will be a space for you, your heart. We're gonna break our hearts during this ritual. And we're gonna
Unbreak
put our hearts
my
back together.
heart.
Yes, Tony. We're gonna unbreak our heart.
Till
Okay?
I
We're gonna add that to the
feel good.
playlist. We're gonna add that to the playlist because
Please do, please do.
that really is breaking our hearts and unbreak and like mending our hearts is something that we don't really practice, but you definitely have the potential to heal yourself. So all the aspects of the 21-day self-love ritual will be for you, for your healing, for your elevation, for your manifestations to come to fruition, loving yourself and being able to hold that mirror up in front of your face and know that the love that you're giving is being mirrored by the love that you're receiving is being mirrored. There's nothing like it. So when you think about and you see all these people who are out here, they're glitzing, they glamming, they bossy, they this, they that, just know they love themselves. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't get there by accident. Some people do get there by accident, but it still is a level of love that you have to give yourself to be able to maintain that, for it to be consistent in our life. So this
Or to
20
even think that you are worth it, because we, a lot of people, let me just say we, because I started out with we, okay, not anymore, but we sometimes ask for things that we don't even think that we're worthy of, like,
Mhm.
oh, or I want to bring in $300,000, annually, but you're so scared that you won't even to say, or you don't think that you are worthy of having. I'm worthy of having $300,000. Okay, that's of just my money. That's not including my husband money, okay, but just my money. I,
That part.
I feel that I'm worthy. And so that leaves us also broken, destitute in that cycle of generational deficit, is what I want to
Mhm.
say, because
Yeah.
we don't think that we're worthy of what we should be getting. And so that's why Spirit said, girl, since you shown us that you don't appreciate your gifts, you're not worthy of this payment, you robbing me. When Spirit started realizing I was robbing them, they said, oh, shut this shit down, okay?
Yeah.
And until I realized my worth and my self-love and appreciated the gifts, they was like, okay, so you ready to circle the block? I said, I'm ready, seatbelt on and everything, okay? So you have to make sure that you think that you're worthy of the things
Mhm.
that you're asking for.
Literally, if you don't think that you are deserving or worthy of the things that you are asking for, or any of the seeds that you've sown, why will your ancestors? Why will they if you don't believe it? Right? So knowing your worth is another piece of this self-love ritual, because our worth is more than just what we bring to the table. I think, Priestess, when I viewed the class yesterday, and there was a time on there when we were talking about bring what you're bringing to the table.
Ooh,
And
oh, let me shut up on that part.
what
I
you're
had to
bringing
think, what do I bring to the table? I know what I want brought, but what am I bringing?
But it's not always tangible things that you bring to the table, and being able to recognize that and own that in the or at the table that you're sitting sometimes will define the way that you go or how the cards land for you. So self-love is definitely way more than getting your nails done, keeping your hair fly. Like, self-love is a very deep and personal piece of our life that a lot of people don't ever tap into, and we want to prevent that for y'all. So we have developed this 21-day ritual to kind of help you all and guide you all along your own self-love journey, because it's a continuous journey. It's a constant ritual. It's something that you cannot do one time and think that that is it. It will change at every level elevation you experience. There's going to be something different that you're going to have to incorporate, something different that you really probably just didn't even know about yourself, because you're elevating, right? So all this to say, join us for our 21-day self-love ritual. You can click the link, Learn Orisha Hoodoo. Yes, Ia. Yes, a lifetime pursuit. Like, it's just not a one-time deal. It's like shadow work.
It's a
Every
journey.
time you get done with one level and one aspect of your shadow, another aspect shows up. So you have to go back in there and do it again.
And
So
that is a fact, okay? Yeah.
just like that. So
It's like, you know how you playing a video game? It's like, okay, I beat one level, and then another thing comes up, like, okay.
yes, it gets harder and harder. It's like you always say, the chosen choose themselves, because you really have to have the endurance, and you have to have the withal to really experience each level. It doesn't get easier, especially if you're not being obedient. Like, if you're not being obedient, it's just going to be harder. So, and at every level, you're going to have a new challenge, something new you have to get through and work over. Like, all those things. Get through it, work on it, all of it. So, very, very excited. LearnArishaHoodoo.com/Omoshule.
Almost Sule is right on the screen, you guys. For those who don't know how to spell Almost Sule, it's right there, okay? We're excited about this. We are so excited about this. And we can't wait to hear the testimonies. You know, let me tell you, okay, y'all gonna see me on a couch with Oprah. Okay, y'all heard it here, right here, talking about my book. Okay, I ain't gonna tell y'all the title. Okay, and Oprah, y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's that girl from Orisha Hoodoo. That's Priestess. What's her name? Priestess. Shufu. What's that? It's me. Okay, and because I picked the work in. Okay, and so also too, yeah, it gets harder. It, like Ia said, this is a lifetime pursuit. This is a journey, not a destiny. But the beautiful thing is you are able to apply the things that you've learned. And if you are tapped in with the spirits that walk with you, if there's something that you need to learn, they are going to be there every step of the way. You might have thought that, you got over your low self-esteem, the gap in your teeth, okay? And then you realize, okay, look at me on screen, I got gap. Let me tell you this, okay? And if I didn't have self-love and a high self-esteem, my heart would be so shattered. So it's no, I got my teeth at the bottom is very gappy, right? And I need braces, okay? But I'm investing in my child braces than mine, okay? But whatever. So why I'm talking to my daughter one day, we doing schoolwork. So this is something so serious. She gonna stop me and say, why you got that space in between your teeth? First of all, let me find out what's the square root of 25, ma'am. Okay, I can fix my teeth. Do you know your schoolwork? Okay. And I told my daughter, if I had a low self-esteem, ain't nobody gonna do you like your kids. Okay. She'd be like, I don't like your hair like that, your teeth gappy. I told her if I had a low self-esteem, girl, I'd be just around here so depressed. But because I know my self-worth, okay, and you gonna take me as I am, gappy teeth or not, because you're gonna need me more than I need you in this moment. I might need you later on. Okay, I am fine. So let me tell you, you will get to a point that people will try to point out your flaws, will try to point out your shortcomings. But you know what? It's just like, it's just wind to your ears. You can't hear anything, okay? It's nothing, okay? Because you know what you are, you know your self-worth, you have love for yourself, flaws and all. Okay. Now if you got the money, you want to change it, by all means change it, do what you do or whatever. But self-love is real, and we can avoid a lot of things and a lot of hiccups and a lot of misfortune, a lot of chaos and confusion and fuckery in our life if we are tapped in and really practice self-love. And that means for everything, all around, from the things we eat to the things we say to the things we watch, the things we hear, to the people that we hang around, to the people that we choose to learn from the people that we let into our fortresses, our house. So you know, so join us on this 21-day ritual. I'm so excited. This is our last live.
It is.
It's not our last time together.
No, just the last live of this series, which you can follow us on our YouTube pages if you didn't catch the replays. If you want to catch the replays, you can follow us on YouTube. Also, I believe the replays are available in the group.
Wait, what's until December 6th? I mean December 10th. What's until December 10th? The replay? How'd it work? Hold on, let me give Priestess a second to write, because we really do need to know until December 10th, because I'm trying to figure out. Oh yeah, hello. Yes, thank you. You are the
yes.
Okay, let me okay, so it is not our last time together. It's our last time for this self-love, live. But we are, myself, Priestess Olaiya, Priestess Anansi, and some other priestesses. We are going to start a new series called Tea Time Live. It's Priestess Tea Time Live, okay? And it's going to be a live with some of the priestesses from the coven, and we're going to talk about everything from spirituality to I don't know, Krishan and Blueface, to Diddy and Cassie, to the Mega Million Lottery, to all types of things, to making it back to the motherland or whatever. It's going to be a whole bunch of things, hot topics. So I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. We could send. Oh, perfect, Ia. Perfect. Okay, so yes, we will. Oh, so go ahead and share this video. Come follow us. Come to the Orisha Hoodoo Institute Witchcraft for Black Americans Facebook group. Come into the Melanated Witchcraft group. See all the stuff that we have. We have another group. I'm about to say bad and bougie, black and bougie, black and bougie. Sorry, bad and bougie. Rest in peace. Take off. It's been a year. It's been a year.
Take off.
We're just gonna say your name, lift you up in a little love and stuff, a little light. But anyways, yeah. So black, bougie, and magical. See, I was about to say bad and bougie. So yes. Also join the group Black, Bougie, and Magical. Follow our Iya on Facebook, Priestess Oshun Funke. Like to her YouTube, which is Priestess Oshun Funke as well.
Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke.
That's her YouTube? Okay, so yes.
That's her YouTube. Instagram is Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke, and YouTube is Priestess Oshun Funke.
Okay, child. I just be seeing Iya and liking it. Please forgive me. Blame my heart, but blame my head, but not my heart. Is that what the old people say? Blame my head, but not my heart. Let me start getting my old vernacular going on.
Charge it to my head, not my heart.
Yes, and I know the spirits was like, take your time, baby, take your time. We know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so check us out. There's a lot of great things that's going on. Check Ia out on Tuesday. She is doing Ask Me Anything. So you get to ask Ia anything. This is the time that you get to ask her any type of thing that's in alignment. Don't be coming on here asking crazy stuff. Okay. So yes. And that is all for us.
Yes, that is all for our self-love series. Thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Popping my little OHI live cherry in the group, going live.
I know, it was so much fun. And thank you, Priestess, for this idea. This was a wonderful idea. And I'm honored that you asked me to be a part of it. Okay. You're a creative genius, and I'm just excited to see you grow. We got our leques together. Speaking of leques, okay, we got our leques together.
Yes.
Okay, so we had our baptism together. And look at us here now. Together. Look at us. Priestesses, okay, are in these streets. Okay. Thank you, Ia. Thank you, Ia. Okay. Thank you. And so that is all for us. I am Priestess Almost Sule, and like I always say, pray with me, don't play with me.
I am Priestess Olaia Ifa Shabi, and like I always say, test these waters if you want to.
Have a great week. Have precision this week. Don't be resistant to the change, okay?
If you be assertive in your change.
Say it again.
Be assertive in your change.
Okay. If you missed O'Shea today, you missed the word, okay? And that's late, but it's okay, Priestess. I was I can't even multitask. It's okay. Have a good week, you guys. Have a nice Thanksgiving. Spend time with your family.
Happy holidays.
It's not about
you don't have to like everybody. You don't have to
operate with love. Clean your ovaries before. Yes, and clean your ovaries before y'all go around your family. Now is the time. Go ahead. Today could be the perfect time for those who know that. Clean your ovary. So when Aunt Bertha say, "Baby, you pregnant?" and you're like, "No, Aunt Bertha." You know, I'm like, "Oh, child, you sure?" And when Aunt Sally say, "Where's the man that was here last year?" Okay, you could be really tapped in. You'd be like, you know what? It's not really about me. They old and they don't have no loved ones, and you know how that goes, child. But also be respectful too. Don't be out here disrespecting your elders. Okay, that's why I said tap into your ovaries so you can have a cool head. You can operate with wisdom. Okay, don't be out here shaking the tables at the Christmas. At the Thanksgiving dinner.
Wisdom and understanding.
Oh, and Aunt Melva be the main one. Aunt Melva is the main one. Okay. We got you, Aunt Melva. We're gonna behave this time. We're not gonna talk about your 5 divorces and the 10 step kids that you don't know about on the side. Okay. And if no one loves you, love yourself. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Peace.